So, welcome back to our channel Code Internals. So, today we are going to learn about first level cache, that is L1, and second level cache, L2. So, what is cache? Basically, the cache is a mechanism to store frequently accessed data in the memory to reduce the database calls and improve performance. So, in the Hibernate and JPA, it mainly provides the two way of caching, the first level and the second level, known as L1 and L2. So, let us learn about first level cache. Okay. So the first level cache is mandatory, session scoped, and maintained by the Hibernate automatically. We do not have to configure this first level cache. It is by default provided by the Hibernate. So it is enabled by default and it cannot be disabled. You as a developer cannot disable this first level cache. And one cache for Hibernate session or entity manager. So basically, entity manager or the session is useful here in order to store our cache. So in the first level cache, it's based on the scope or session. Okay. So let us consider this query. So in the first query, we are trying to hit a database and like get the user ID one. So in the first query, it will hit the database. But whenever we try to hit the second query with the like we are trying to get the same user ID, it will hit the cache, not the database. Okay. So only one SQL query is executed and the second call is reserved or served from the first level cache. This is what the first level cache. So what it makes our database fast, performance increased, and it does not make our database overload because the second query is hit from the cache or we are getting the result from the cache. That's why. So let us talk about second level cache, that is L2. So in the second level cache, uh, this is the optional. Okay, so it's the developer need, they can enable or disable it. Okay, so application wide, this second level cache is application wide and not a session, not with a session associated. So this is disabled by default. We have to enable by configuring some properties or adding the dependencies. Okay, and must be explicitly configured. We have to explicitly configure this in order to, if we want a second level cache, we have to explicitly configure. There are some tools I will show you later. Yeah. So this cache is stored beyond the session, and it's basically known as application level cache. And for that, we are using the Redis. This Redis is one of the most cache management system. This is the second level cache system, and yeah, this work is similar. Like whenever we try to head the session and get the user from the database, it will first hit the database in the first query, execute one query, and from the second query, if you are trying to get the same user, it will hit the cache. So second session does not hit the database and data comes from the second level cache. So basically here, if we consider this Cache, Hazelcast and InfinSpan and Redis. So Redis is one of the common cache system. This is widely used and we have to configure this Redis into our applications. We have to like add dependency, then like enable this tool, and then we have to add at the rate cacheable annotations over the method, and then at the rate enable caching over the our Spring Boot application main class. So with this, like whenever we try to hit our database with the like get a call, so it will like store the data in the cache. So that's it. That is what about the cache, first level and the second level. Hope you understand this. I am attaching this document or this learning for learning purpose into the YouTube description link. You can find there. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.